Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I'm the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let us hunt some.
You can hunt.
Have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Good morning, welcome back to a new video for the 2nd of September 2018. Let's get into the top 10 hunts for today. First one up is DJ Tools, djtechtools.com, the MIDI Fighter 64, the best controller for finger drumming, bright LEDs for eye-popping light shows, authentic Japanese Sanwa arcade buttons, including 5 amazing sound packs. So I presume those buttons are literally like the little buttons that you would have on the arcade that you would just thrash. I didn't realise they actually had a name. It didn't call Sanwa arcade buttons. I'd love to play MIDI stuff. I don't know how long it would take to learn something like that. I guess you've got to learn how to use the actual MIDI controller itself and link up the different samples to it. But it's definitely one of those things that I would play with on a Sunday afternoon if I had a completely clear day and I had enough time to learn how to do it. I definitely wouldn't Jerry Banfield it. Next up is the Montopogo. It's a great name actually. Self-balancing electric motorcycle. $2,300. It's not a lot of money really. It is a cool looking unicycle and it's self-balancing as well. That's the hugest thing about this. Weighing only 60 pounds, so not too bad. A little bit on the heavy side. 3 foot wide, easily fits into the trunk of most vehicles. Comes with a 60 volt, which is quite powerful actually, 10 amp lithium battery that charges in 4 hours. That's not bad. It depends on what distance it can do on that. It doesn't really say, but I love the idea that it's self-balancing. Oh, it says 20 miles, so that's not bad. 500 watt brushless motor as well. 500 is very, very capable. Climbing inclines up to 25 degrees, so small hills are no problem at the speed of 60 mile an hour. This thing doesn't do 60 mile an hour. I wouldn't want to be on a single wheel self-balancing bike doing 60 mile an hour. That's kind of scary, but the fact that it does 20 miles is kind of nice, especially at that speed. You can be in and out of town. I'm just thinking, could you have a backpack on this? Would it self-balance you and the backpack? That would be my next question. Next up is the Hyperpixel 4.0 from Pinaroni. Tech treasures for makers. This is a really high resolution screen, beautiful screen, 4-inch TFT display for your Raspberry Pi with optional capacitive multi-touch. That basically means you can touch the screen and have this in a nice little box and interact with it. So maybe like an interface for in the car. Maybe you've got a little panel for turning on maybe you got a little panel for turning on audio, turning off audio, or you got some integrated cameras in the car or something. This will be perfect for that. It's not cheap, but I mean 40 quid, it's not that expensive either. You could definitely make some really nice custom Raspberry Pi projects out of it, which only did a few little functions, you know. You could have a bank of these in the front of the car, linked to Raspberry Pis that did certain actions like turning cams off, or maybe have chat. Or maybe just have it as an interface into a web app that you got running to swap out different camera views live onto your website. That's one thing they could use it for. Next up is Thorn. This is a really sensitive topic, but one we really kind of need to talk about. Thorn makes technology to defend children from abuse. So this has become a bit of a common talking point in the last 4 or 5 years, as it's a rapidly evolving problem that we kind of need to get on top of, using some of it with technology, hopefully. Every new platform and new technology could enable abuse. It could also be our best weapon against them. We're dedicated to ending trafficking and the exploitation of children. We won't stop until every child can just be a kid. You have to get behind services that do this, and all props to Ashton Kutcher for supporting such work. This is going to be a massive area going forward in the always on demand world that we live in. So any projects that support or find issues like this, any time that you can give to any of these projects, you know, you're saving or looking after somebody's child in the world, and I think that's just massive in itself. If you don't have that time, you can always just donate to something like one of these services. Next up, Ride Kick, supercharge your seat, the perfect companion. Look at this thing. It's kind of smart actually. I really like the idea behind this, because instead of having an electric bike wheel or changing the wheel or putting a motor on your bike or changing anything about the bike you love, is you put this trailer on the back. It's a tiny little trailer. It's not massive. You can get a bunch of stuff in there, maybe groceries. But the cool thing about this is the engine, the power, the charger, and everything is in that back thing. So that's like an assistive, what do you call it, pull along. So as you're biking, it assists you with more power for like getting up hills and things like that. So I think that's a smart idea, because you can retroactively fit that to any bike and just get that assistive like power to it. So as you're pedaling, I presume it's got some kind of control that you have to link back to the back bit so that it knows that you're pedaling. That's where that wire comes. Look on the back of there. I like that. I don't know how much it is, but I like it. It's a smart idea. That's innovation to me right there. All right, the last 5 then. Introducing Roko's Smart Suit Pro. So this is kind of nice. 223 backers bought this to life, $118,000. One of my favorite live streamers is Dr. Disrespect. I could definitely see Dr. Disrespect in this outfit, recording all of his moves and genlocks and stuff. I would love to see Doc in PUBG as a character, or in Fortnite as a character. Why we don't have Dr. Disrespect as a Fortnite character is beyond me. But the ability to do your own tracking at home, capturing your every move for VR, AR, VFX gaming, I think that's pretty fire. Like, it's not super expensive either. I mean, the one suit with 33 sensors, a hub, and the textile suit, $730 for the 33 sensors. So that's going to capture every kind of move that you have and be able to digitize you to get you in game. I kind of dig that. The price of these things has come down dramatically. Next up is Sense and Sustainability, which, believe it or not, is mine and Dalio's podcast about products and hunting on the Steemhunt platform. And we would love your support. Follow us on all the major podcasting places. Pocket Cast is probably the best one, because as soon as we push an update, you get an instant notification. If you want to help us out with our monthly bills, we have a monthly bill at the minute because we're so far apart, which is about $20. Anything towards that just helps cover those bills. We're not asking for like masses of money, but it just helps alleviate any of those additional costs that we have. Last 3 today then. Next up is the Garmin Quantix 5 stainless steel with blue band. The only reason why I listed this today is that recently my Fitbit band broke, and it's one of my little bugbears about products, is that your product can be amazing, but if the actual physical plastic around the product breaks, then it kind of puts me off the product. I never buy it again. This seems to have like a really innovative clamp system that goes around the bottom of the watch, which I really like. I wonder if other watch manufacturers will go that way. Seems like Garmin are really trying to get into this area and dominate it by bringing out some next level tech actually. Next up is the Sigma Focus, the wall barbecue. This steel wall barbecue folds up, so when closed takes up limited space. I think it's innovative. I think the design is awesome. My only concern is that's going to smoke all the way up that wall. It says it's not going to do it because of that disc behind it, but I don't see it. I see like the smoke coming off here, going all the way up the side of this, all the way up the side of that. In fact, when you take that plate off, there'll just be a big ring with all the smoke around the edges of it. So great idea, bad execution. Finally today, the Mirror Ace. We have added translation features to Mirror Ace. Help us translate Mirror into your language. This seems to be a uploader which can upload to multiple services, multiple places. I don't know if you can upload a video and it uploads it into multiple places as well, because that could be quite kind of useful for me. But if you're looking to do major offsite backups, maybe you want to put something in Dropbox or something in Google Drive, this might be the perfect tool to make sure that you have that enterprise quality kind of backup solution in place. Normally you have 3 destinations where you store stuff offsite for insurance purposes and things like that. That is it for the 10 hunts for today. If you never used the site before, this is what it looks like as of the 3rd of September 2018. All the hunts are on the right hand side. We have over 200 or 300 hunts a day. When you click on the hunt on the right hand side, it appears on the left. If you click that white button at the top, it takes you through to the hunt. And if you want to add your own, you just log in with your Steam details, top right hand corner, click the plus button, follow the posting guidelines link there at the top right hand corner, put in your title, put in your subdescription, put in up to 1,000 characters of text, your tags, click on post, and it will send it to the Steam blockchain, but also go into Steemhunt for potential upvoting for the day. that's it for me today. I will catch up with you tomorrow. All the best. Bye bye.
Prepare the path of a steam.
Smell of steam.
Stomnassie, wat is een stomnassie? Stoommachine.
Why shouldn't a guy let off a little steam?
The steam